We got the 72 Cutlass back in the shop. The owner got it fully assembled, because on that job, we did just the body and the paint work. He disassembled it as well as reassembled it. So I'm really excited to show you guys how nice this job came out. So we're gonna go ahead and pull it around the shop and show you guys how nice this job came. All right, so this is the man, this is the owner, and I think we may be hiring this guy because look at the job he did on this car without scratching it. So that was the biggest thing that I was worried about, was is he gonna scratch it and come back? And I haven't asked him yet. He may have something he needs fixed, so we'll find out in a minute. But this here is the owner, and he did a really nice job on the car. So tell us a little bit about the history of the car and different things that you'd like to tell the audience on the channel.
Picked up the car in 2014. It had the original paint on it. It came as a Cutlass Supreme. I wanted to upgrade it to a 442 as a clone. I'm being honest on it. I got a new hood and asked him about his Cutlass, which I thought had a beautiful paint job on it. And we kept talking, and he seemed kind of tentative, because he didn't know what kind of car it was and what condition it was in. I respected that. I showed him the car, brought him in, he took it in, and he turned it into this, and I've been pleased ever since.
Yep, so let's do a walk around of the car. So we've got the original bronze color on this car, and then we put the 442 stripes on it. So this car was not an original 442, but in 72, there really isn't much documentation because I guess the Oldsmobile plant went on strike. Isn't that what you had told me about?
Yeah, the Oldsmobile plant went on strike in 72, and they didn't really have a 442 model like they did in the previous, where it was a VIN number identified. So with this one, it was basically a custom Supreme, and then you can get a 442 cosmetic option.
Okay.
With the 350 or a 455.
Right, so you're not trying to duplicate it, you just want it the way you want it, and that's what you got here. So
yeah,
let's do a full walk around of the car. We'll pop the hood, and these are the wheels we did original. If you guys remember at the shop, it had the Craigers on it. So go back into the old videos of these cars getting done at the shop here, and you'll see what we did to it. But now you'll see the original wheels, and I got the original ones for mine, but I haven't painted them yet. So I've been slacking by doing everybody else's work in cars and haven't had a chance to get mine done yet. But let's go ahead and pop the hood on this one. So this has the same engine as mine, the Rocket 350, but you got the Ram Air working now. So yep, this hood here actually works and vents in to the top of the carburetor. That way it has more air. So this is the factory 442 setup that he has now installed on this one. And look how nice the engine bay looks, cleaned up. So I don't know, I was telling you guys last time, I think I built my Nemesis here. This thing looks beautiful, all finished up, and couldn't be for a better guy. So check this thing out, and we'll go inside and check out the interior on this one. So this one does have the center console with the bucket seats, where mine just has the bench seat in it. So different setup, and I like the way that that console has that shifter in the middle of it. So, and that is called a Hurst dual gate. The difference is now between the two, you guys can see here, this car does not have the rocker molding on it, and don't ask me why I know that, but at the last moment we just found out that it needed to be removed because the 442 has more of a sport look on it. So they eliminated some of the chrome like they do in today's cars. So here's mine. You guys see the bottom has that chrome rocker molding on it, whereas his does not. So that's definitely one feature that you'll know if you see somebody out there with a 442 and you see the chrome molding on it, you know that they have an imposter. So once we found out that it didn't have the chrome, we went ahead and filled them in, got those treated, and then went ahead with the job. So that's one identification, as well as the rear bumper on the 442 has the tulip tips on the back, which is a really nice feature. And it has the indent cut out in the chrome, so that way that tip tucks tight inside there. So that's one thing I definitely like about the 442 was that rear bumper. And then of course you got your stripes and your Ram Air hood. All right, so one other feature is the grille. You guys see here, this has more of a mesh grille. It's with a tighter weave, and then mine has the bigger slots with the bigger squares in it. So mine has the Oldsmobile here, And then he's got the 442 on his, and I do like the way this one sets into the actual hood and that front header panel, whereas mine's closer towards the front. So I've never actually had two of these cars together at the same time. It's kind of cool for me as well to see these two here. That way I can see the differences between the 442 and then the original Cutlass Supreme. So you can see the two nice front ends. They definitely look nice depending on what you're going for. This was the mean machine back in the day in 1972, and they wanted it to have more of a aggressive nose, and especially with that hood, it really stands out and looks nice. So we'll show you mine now, the seats. This here has the bench seat in it. So this one here has the bench seat, and then it has the shifter on the column. So those are the two differences on this car as far as the interior goes. And he's got the bronze, almost like a saddle interior, where I have the white. So, and there's the rear of mine. It just has the standard bumper where we do not have the cutouts. It would be a nice feature to add to this, and then I can just go ahead and tuck those pipes up and have them sitting nice and flush. So if you guys see the newer cars, a lot of the new Chevy trucks have all the pipes tucked in now, and I think they probably caught that from back in the day on the Cutlass. So, and then as well as the trunk, you guys see here we have the Oldsmobile written on mine. His does not have that. So in the videos, if you watch that, you'll see how we welded them up, took that away, and then we were able to put the 442 just on the back, because that's all it has on this here model is the 442 in the right hand side. And then you guys see here the stripes on the back. These were painted, and that was another feature that it had on the trunk to go with the side stripes. All right, so we're gonna pop the hood on mine, and I'm gonna show you the difference here. So this one here just has the conventional air cleaner with the 350 rocket on it, same color of the block, and basically almost the same setup as far as that goes, other than the top of the hood here. You guys see we do not have the intake like he has, and that there is the ram air from the hood. So that's like the new style that we're doing today with the cold air intake. They had that back in 1972 on these Oldsmobile Cutlasses. So all right, so we're gonna do one full last walk around of the car. And if you guys seen the videos, we had a lot of comments back in those earlier videos talking about that the peel, you don't want orange peel. This peel on this job looks beautiful. It has almost a factory look from back in 1972, but a lot nicer, a lot more brilliant, and the bodywork on this thing is straight. So you guys can see it right there. We had a lot of guys saying they like it flat, but we were going for an original look. We wanted this car to look obviously as nice as possible, but we want it to actually look like more of an original car. And that's why we left a lot of the interior the way that it was. So you can buy all these stuff new, but when you change all that stuff, you don't have that aged look that really makes this car look like it was kept in immaculate condition. So just a really beautiful car. I love the combination of the bronze with the white stripes and then the white top. So he had one thing he wanted to add to the video here, and go ahead.
So I wanted to say something that when I brought it to the shop and we're gonna get it painted, one thing that you talked about is taking off the doors and doing new weather stripping and all that other stuff. So you went inside, and to me, you went above what everybody else I talked to, which is taking off the doors, painting all the way around on the outside, and then the inside of the doors to really make it look just like I wanted, like it would come from a factory if I bought it that way. And that was the biggest goal, and you helped achieve it. So
yep, that's how we do them all. We like to paint them all inside and out. Take them apart, and we did this one just like we do our normal collision repair here at the shop. So all the doors and fenders and hoods and everything were taken off the job, and we painted it all apart. And you guys see here everything lined up nicely. The color looks good, and the gaps, you guys see the gaps, how nice they look with the stripes lined up. And these aren't easy to get fully adjusted, so it takes time. We have our man Dan in the shop that does that kind of stuff, and he's a real whiz at these older cars as well as the new ones. So he got this thing looking nice, and I can't be happier but to see these two nice beautiful Cutlasses together here at Mitchell Collision, right in front of the old spray booth. You guys know that's where it all goes down, right there. All right, so we're gonna pull it outside, that way we can do a full walk around in the sun and show you this thing outside. So the car turned out beautiful. Let me know what you guys think. I really like having my car as well as his next to each other, seeing both of them, the 442 versus the original Cutlass Supreme. And I tell you what, he did a heck of a job building that one back together without scratching it, because there is a lot entailed in putting that thing together. And I know, because I did mine. You guys seen that video when I restored mine back. So beautiful car for sure. I wouldn't mind having both of them at the house. The original paint with the original look, and then you guys know we have the Kandy on mine. So that's the House of Colors brandy wine with a special mix that I use in the water base for the ground coat. So definitely two beautiful cars, and we're probably going to hit up a show this weekend or maybe the next weekend. I was talking to him about bringing them both to the show and getting spots next to each other. That way we can hang out and just admire both of them. So give this one a thumbs up, leave some comments, let them know what you guys think of the job all finished up, and we'll see you guys on the next one.